Yeah, so many of you don't even know who this Van der Bale is. But anyway, we're gonna discuss about that as well. Okay, what are the other stuff that we're gonna look at? We're gonna look at solution to migration, right? The porous borders. What can be done? There are a lot of solutions that can be implemented. But as I say, we have sort of individuals who are not willing. They say they are sort of fighting for the nation, they are leaders, but in actual fact, they're leaders of the swines, I think the pigs. I'll put it in that regards. Okay, um, the closed mindset, I think that's one thing that needs to be discussed in this regards to say, but why are we here where we are? What is actually the cause of being in a place where you are on the treadmill, running, but at the end of the day, you don't get anywhere. In actual fact, you go back. Like apartheid time, instead of taking from apartheid and going forward, we took from apartheid, we went backwards, right? Look at Hillbrow, look at Johannesburg City, we lack maintenance, things are crumbling just because of people who don't understand. Like this incumbent coming in, closing the construction industry, not understanding what that does, what impact it has on the economy and everything else. The construction industry has got like everything in it, from your spaza shop to your whatever garage. That's construction industry, right? Money is in the bank, the GDP is construction industry. But this guy comes in and stop everything, start fighting people. Lack of knowledge. History does not teach us anything. Right? We do not want to learn. That's the whole of Africa, from the top of Africa to the bottom of Africa. I met this guy who asked, if South Africa fails, where are we going? To the sea. The whole of Africa is coming here. But if we fail, where are we going, guys? Okay. Anyway, uh, hey, there is this issue about Uber ladies, right? I think that issue is so, I think, very sensitive. Yes. The Uber guys always complain about these ladies who bothers them and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Anyway, I'm just pointing out like a list of things that we're gonna engage on so that you get attracted to this show. I said I'm not Mzake's man, but anyway, um, the government as a whole. Why you have beautiful ladies in the government? What are they doing there? Right? Just shaking their whatever bum bums, and at the end of the day, we don't get any service delivery. It doesn't make sense, right? We need to get to a point where we kind of discuss this issue, whatnot, to say, but why, government departments are filled up with these beautiful mamas and stuff like that, and is there functionality in that? Or it's due to merit. Blonde are never intelligent. You find a intelligent blonde, oh, you are a lucky person. I think he's the one in a billion or something like that. I mean the ratio, comparability. So we just need to understand why government departments are filled up with these beautiful women, good-looking women. What is going on? What is the problem? We need to discuss these things, guys. We can't keep on running from the facts and the truth, right? AI. Yes, guys. Look, I'm a learned guy. I might seem a little bit out of range, but in actual fact, I'm very learned. I understand a lot of stuff. More than, many can ever dream of understanding. That's why I want to share them, so that at the end of the day, you got people understanding what is going on in the world. AI is artificial intelligence for us those who singayazi kusho kuthini lokho, right? Athiri ndihamba and niyavula nami loko mi swi tiva xichangana loko u nga tivi xichangana u na problem, but because hi xangane xilungu so I can I can, ke a itse go bua ke itse Setswana. Tota. Wa utlwa hore ke reng? So what I'm saying, I'm saying that there are trends that are moving the world that we need to engage in and understand those trends, right? But with the government the way it is, I don't think we got that kind of like platform, that gives um, an atmosphere of growth in actual fact, right? So everything is under the table. Everything is like girlfriend, boyfriend, brother to brother. And I heard that by the ANC headquarter, what it was, literally house. Yeah, it's boyfriend, girlfriend stuff there. It's no longer ANC that we know. Yeah, and I heard it from the cadres that I know. Like, I'm a little bit well connected, somehow like that, right? Anyway, those are the things that we need to. Technology, um, what? Ethical hacking and stuff like that. We need to know about what is these things? Like the broadband, fastest internet that we are having now. Right, you got this Starlink, which purport itself being cheaper. Like everybody is advocating for it to come to South Africa because they think it's cheaper. Come on, man. That thing, the dish itself costs around 4,000 rand, something like that. A month you pay around. They say it's for the poor. Which poor? They mean the poor farmers. That's a funny aspect, right? They mean the poor farmers. But anyway, look, the main thing is to understand all these things, the technology of the future, right? The Internet of Things, IoT, um, AI, the machine learning, right? Robotics, stuff like that are tangible for the future, right? We need to get our, future holders, or the ones who are going to take over, even though we teach them wrong stuff. I do not understand. We teach them wrong stuff. After that, we blame them for failing instead of blaming ourselves, right? So anyway, AI, technology, IoT, it's a lot of stuff that we need to engage in and understand what they mean. It's good when you're getting them from a person who's got sort of understanding from some of them, since I've done like a lot of them. I've done a lot of stuff, guys. Anyway, don't worry. We're getting the MK issue. Yeah, this MK is dangerous, but we need to understand. I spent quite time with ANC guys who were MKs, right? And they will tell you their problems. I remember most of them, we used to sit with them, and it was painful to see these guys every day they're drunk. And you ask them, guys, but why this? And I will tell you, look, it's what we have been through, and our government has done nothing much about that. So at the end of the day, where do you resort to? What is your backbone in actual fact? And many resort to wrong stuff. Probably all this cash haste might be them. I don't know. I'm not saying you must chase me. But all the ones that I used to engage in, they were like having contracts in municipality and stuff. So that's probably around 20, 30 years back. So 20 something years back. I'm not saying 30 because we're only 30 years this year in democracy, which it's a failed one, right? Yeah. What are we talking about? Australia. Why is South Africa less important than Australia, man? Come on. I don't know. But anyway, maybe I'm too much of a dreamer. When I grew up, they used to call me a big dreamer. That guy who sits on the corner and says, one day I'm going to win a lot. He's a big dreamer, right? I'm one of those, but logically thinking so, right? Yeah, youth unemployment, which is a very big thing in South Africa. Why? I remember like almost around maybe 14, 15 years ago, engaged in some projects. I think it was around Tembisa, so yes, right? And you could pass on the street, see kids outside, and you ask them, guys, why are you not at school, varsity or something? They will tell you, hey, we've studied already. I'm talking 15 years ago. I'm not talking now when you Some of you were still in the diapers by then. But anyway, like this issue was very painful to see people who have spent the last monies taking kids to school, but at the end of the day, those kids have got nowhere to go, right? They're just sitting in the house, and all they think about now is to commit crime. That's why crime is over exaggerated in South Africa. It's due to those type of reasoning capacities, right? We just need to go back. The foundation, to say there is crime in South Africa, I think it's an underrated type of comments and stuff which does not matter in actual fact. You can't kill a tree by killing the leaves. You kill a tree by going to the roots. The root cause of our problems here in South Africa, we know them. We just run away from those root causes, right? We are the problem to our country, right? We are, and I'm mentioning the broad aspect. Yeah. Anyway, another issue will be this YouTube, Google stuff, nonsensical. Anyway, we'll talk about before they stopped my videos because these people are useless. You say America has got democracy. There's no democracy in America. It's moneycracy. We just need to call it what it is. It's moneycracy. If you don't have money, fuck off. If you got money, yeah, you live much of a better life, I think. That's why the American dream. It's not an American dream. It's just a foolish thing that it's over-exaggerated in actual fact. But anyway, okay. Want to look at wars around the world. Why people fight? Man, where there's peace, there is growth. Where there is peace, there is stability. There is, love. There is good things, right? We need to look why the wars around the world. Who's benefiting from these wars, right? There's somebody behind this. You can't have people killing one another for nothing. Nobody looking for blood. Probably, you got those witches. They will always say in Africa there is witches, but hey, you never know. But okay, let's focus here. Yeah, we're gonna look at, Stellenbosch mafias. What are these things? Huh? Who are they? Why? Hey, I'm going to divulge a lot of issues. I'm going to divulge about the economy, talk about stuff that I don't even know, for that matter, right? We're going to talk. We're going to bring stuff out. Maybe by us bringing out people with more knowledge will come to the fore, right? Or to the front, and we can start discussing about these things and finding out how to alleviate some of these things. Why don't we have Pretoria mafias? Why don't we have Joburg mafias? Why do we just have Stellenbosch mafias? It doesn't make sense, right? And to me, that's the reason why Cape Town is well-to-do. I hate that place because of apartheid. I went there once. I think it was 2012, 2013. Gee, man, that's a long time ago. And I discovered that apartheid, I felt like I was still in the times of apartheid, and it was so painful. You sit in the restaurant and you wait and you wait. A white or orange guy comes, sit. Yeah, for me, there is no white person. It's actually orange. I'm sorry if I'm offending other people who seems to think that they are white. I'm not entirely black, right? I think I'm a little bit of dark orange or something like that. But I'm saying, you sit in the restaurant and you wait, and an orange person comes in. They sit down, right? Light orange, not like dark orange like me, but light orange. They sit down, right? Within a few seconds, they are served to their food, served everything with a smile. But you, as a black person or as a dark orange person, wow, it's a pity to us. In our own country, for that matter. I'm not saying it's not anybody's country. South Africa belongs to whoever lives in it, if they are rightfully here, for that matter, right? It's a good country. It's an amazing country with amazing people with good spirit. But there are those just rotten apples that needs to be booted out of the system. Anyway, we are coming. We will do so, right? In a rightful manner. The law is there, even though the law favors those who have money. That's why I'm talking about moneycracy, right? So, but in actual fact, we will look at a lot of issues, right? Um, Information flow, right? The media and stuff like that. Who is favored? And why don't we have CNN and Fox, right? Favor the left and the right, at least. Meaning to say, Zuma will still survive. He's Zuma. because Zuma had a hard time with the media, right? Media was highly not favorable to his doings, whatever, booting out the finance minister within a second. Oh, that was something else. Now he wants to come back with an MK. Man, he's an old guy. Yeah, I know why he's doing it. It's for good reasoning, right? Like, you look at this incumbent, he comes in, he starts fighting with the previous guy, right? The whole of Africa has been in wars, right? Due to that, you can't come in and start fighting with a guy, pointing out the law that is not there. When the dollars are being found in your mattress, nothing is happening. That law is not active. Doesn't make sense, right? So it's a little bit daunting or out of question, right? So those are the things that I think compelled Zuma or pushed Zuma to the front and to say, look, you have to do something about this situation, because this guy, he seems to portray, or depict a certain element of dictatorship. And yeah, look, that's politics, right? But we need to talk about this type of things, because I believe these are the things that kind of like a blueprint to our democracy or the moneycracy. Blueprint is called a wireframe, if you don't know. It's called a drawing. Yeah, it's where you kind of like put things down and try to, juggle around and find the solution, right? School system in South Africa, man, come on. We're going to talk about this issue. Why do you teach kids about sleeping with one another? Jesus Christ, man. That thing is just blowing my mind. I try to reason with it, and I try to, man, some of us, we grew up in that era there where it was taboo for certain a lot of stuff, right? Taboo to talk about husband and wife, taboo to talk about, passed on people, taboo. It was very taboo. And I think they had their own good reasonings, which later in life we start to see those, right? And initially, we just wanted to talk because we are kids or something like that. But when you grew up, you started to realize, yeah, definitely, those are the things to be left behind and not talk about, right? But in this day in era or whatever, I don't know. Then I'm not an English person. So you kind of like find those things happening and people talking about anything, and at school teaching about wrong taboo stuff. It's just not logical at all. But gidi bochwa. Ama bochwa. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to talk about a lot of things, design criteria, the landscape of South Africa. Look, we'll just, diversity is important. We'll diversify whatever we come up with, at least. I believe somehow it will kind of like help us to clear out our minds and open up our minds to greater context. Yeah, I think that's the word, right? Natural fact, we need to learn more. We need to understand more. We need to know what the outside world is doing. What makes the outside world better? And one thing I asked myself, I said, these African so-called leaders or president, a person comes into the position as a president or whatsoever, or a leader, and then they go and attend some gatherings there in Europe, in America, and somewhere, and or China or Russia, and they come back don't they see what those people are doing? Why don't they emulate what these people have done and bring it down here and build a better world here, right? Africa has got everything. You know, I remember this person says, hey, God does not love us. I say it's a lie. I say God has given us whatever any man can ever dream of, right? But we, our mindsets, still harboring that colonialism or apartheid system in them. So that's where our problem is. So we need to engage in these issues that are of utmost importance to our survival and to us being on top of the food chain in actual fact, you know. Yeah, I think, as I said, I'm not trying to make this video too long, but it's already too long. I'm sorry about that. So, yeah, those are the things that we're going to talk about. Peace, guys. I think they say subscribe or whatever. I don't care about that. I care about you knowing the truth, you learning the facts and understanding about how the world works, right? Thank you guys for watching, those who managed to get to the end of the video. Yeah, just subscribe maybe. For the fact that if I put in a new video, then from there you will just actually, you know, get to be in the loop, the know-how, right? So, okay, thank you guys. You can call me the Mr. Nobody. It's fine. I'm down with that. If that is the best, the good thing to say. Shop, shop. Oi, oi.